When I heard from Rhode Island AFL-CIO President George Nee and from Roberta Hazen Aaronson that they worked together in the 70s organizing the unemployed and low-wage workers in the Rhode Island Workers Association, I knew that Roberta would be a great candidate for the Institute's prestigious Eagle Award. 22 years before Flint, Michigan's lead and water crisis exploded onto the national news stage, a visionary Roberta Hazen Aaronson co-founded the Children's Lead Action Project in Rhode Island. Since establishing the project in 1992 and becoming the executive director, Roberta has spearheaded a nonstop and relentless campaign to educate and advocate about the dangers of childhood lead poisoning. As Roberta has said, lead poisoning is a preventable disease. And so, she has fought to eliminate childhood lead poisoning in Rhode Island. Until her retirement from the project a couple of months ago, Roberta worked tirelessly and has made great gains. I read recently that through the project's efforts, some 24,000 parents, immigrants, and refugees, tenants, health workers, homeowners, and professionals in high-risk communities learned about lead dangers and resources, and 8,000 people were trained on lead prevention and mitigation. After federal funds were cut from the Lead and Healthy Home program, they organized a successful grassroots lobby with community, labor, and religious organizations to obtain a permanent source of state funding. The disaster in Flint, Michigan created a window of opportunity in Rhode Island to push safe drinking water efforts forward. Last year, the project was active in a successful legislative campaign requiring all schools and daycare centers to have their water checked. The Rhode Island Federation of Teachers and Health Professionals and the Rhode Island National Education Association were active in this campaign to protect students in their schools and in their homes. Roberta received a BA from URI and earned her Master's of Social Work at the University of Minnesota, where she specialized in community organizing, program development, and social policy. Roberta was a proud AFT member while teaching at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. She also taught at the Rhode Island College School of Social Work and the Roger Williams University. Roberta co-authored 2 books, Childbirth Choices in Rhode Island, A Guide for the Childbearing Year, and The Strike of 28, about the 1928 New Bedford textile strike. Roberta's interest in community and organization training led her to establish a consulting group, the Grassroots Initiative, where she provided training and coaching to several notable Rhode Island community organizations. Over her career, Roberta has served on many boards, including the Housing Action Coalition and the Fund for Community Progress. She did electoral work in low-income districts in Providence. She served as the co-chair of the Women's Health Collaborative, worked on the Diversity and Recruitment Committees at Moses Brown School and the Diversity Committee at Henry Barnard School. For all her work on behalf of the children and families in Rhode Island, Roberta has been recognized by so many organizations that there are far too many to mention here. Although I will sneak in this year's award. She received the Environmental Merit Award for Children's Environmental Health from the EPA New England earlier this year. Roberta is married to Michael Aaronson. They have a daughter and a son and 2 grandchildren who live out of state. I ask you now to join me in saluting Roberta Hazen Aaronson.